Part 30 of me reading Wonder. We're getting near the end. This chapter's called Pictures. Afterwards, remember they've just had their graduation, there was a reception for the 5th and 6th graders under a huge white tent at the back of the school, like our plaza. All the kids found their parents, and I didn't mind at all when Mum and Dad actually hugged me like crazy, and they swung me left and right about 20 times. Then Papa and Tata hugged me, and Aunt Kate and Uncle Poe and Uncle Ben. Everyone was kind of wet-cheeked and teary-eyed. But Miranda was the funniest. She was crying more than anyone, and she squeezed me so tight that Via had to practically pry her off me, which made them both laugh. She had to pull her off her. Now we're seeing that Miranda's involved in Augie's graduation means that they're all friends again. Everyone started taking pictures of me and pulling out the flips, and then Dad got me and Summer and Jack together for a great shot. And we put our arms around each other's shoulders, and for the first time that I can remember, I wasn't even thinking about my face. I was just smiling, a big happy fat smile for all the different cameras clicking away at me. Flash, 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 click, click. Smiling away as Jack's parents and Summer's mum started clicking. Then Reed and Maya came over. Flash, 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 click. The flash is the flash of the camera. Then Charlotte came over and asked if she could take a picture with us, and we were like, sure, of course. And then Charlotte's parents were snapping away with our little group, and with everyone's parents together. This will be you next year in grade 5. The next thing I knew, the 2 Maxes had come over, and Henry and Miles and Savannah and Amos and Sherman, and then all these big tight hugs and cuddles as people clicked away, like I was on some red carpet at a movie premiere or something. Luca, Aisha, Nino, Pablo, Tristan, Ali, I lost track of everyone who came over. Practically everyone. All I knew for sure that we were all laughing and squeezing in tight against each other. No one seemed to care that my face was in the photo. And I don't mean to brag here, but I felt like everyone was happy to get really close to me. Not like at the start of the year when they used to call it the plague. The walk home. We walked to our house for cake and ice cream, and after the reception, Jack and his parents and his little brother Jamie and Summer and the mother and everyone came. It was one of those great June days when the sky was so blue and the sun was shining. That's called a pathetic fallacy, when they make the weather the same, an author makes the weather the same as the mood. So the weather was good, their mood was good. If it was stormy, their mood would be bad. The weather was good. So it was one of those great June days when the sky is completely blue and the sun is shining, but it isn't so hot that you wish you were on the beach instead. It was just a perfect day. Everyone was happy. I still felt like I was floating. The Star Wars music was in my head. I walked with Jack and Summer, and we just couldn't stop cracking up. Cracking up in English, laughing. Everyone made us laugh. We were in that giggly kind of mood where all someone has to do is look at you and you just start laughing. I heard Dad's voice up ahead and looked up. He was telling everyone a really funny story as they walked down Amersfoort Avenue. The grown-ups were all laughing too. It was like Mum always said, Dad could be a comedian. He's so funny. I noticed Mum wasn't walking with the group of grown-ups, so I looked behind me. She was hanging back a bit, smiling to herself as if she was remembering something really sweet. She just seemed really, really happy. I took a few steps back and surprised her by hugging her as she walked. She put her arm around me and gave me a squeeze. Thank you for making me go to school, I said. She hugged me close and leaned down and kissed the top of my head. Thank you, Augie, she said softly. For what? For everything you've given us. What? Yeah, for coming into our lives. For you being you. You've taught us so much. She bent down and whispered in my ear. You really are a wonder, Augie. You are a wonder. Guess what? That's the end of the book. Now, there's an appendix. This author's so clever, she's added something, and it's all Mr. Brown's precepts for the year. Do you want to hear them? September. When given the choice, oh, you know this one, go. When given the choice between being right or being kind, choose kind. October. Your deeds are your monuments, your statues, inscription on an Egyptian tomb. Your deeds, what you do, are your monuments. You don't need big statues about you and photos in the newspaper and all this amazing stuff. What you do is more important. November. Have no friends not equal to yourself. If you're a good person, make sure your friends are good people. If you're kind, have kind friends. All your friends should be equal to you, and they make you better. December. Fortune favors the brave. Be brave and you will be fortunate. January. No man is an island entire of himself. You are not all by yourself like one island. We are all connected to each other. So what you do has an impact on everyone else. And what they do impacts you. Learn from each other. What you do is going to impact others. No man is an island entire of itself. February. It is better to know some of the questions than all of the answers. It is better to know some of the questions than all of the answers. March. Kind words do not cost much, yet they accomplish much. Kind words do not cost much, yet they accomplish much. May. What is beautiful is good. Who is good will soon be beautiful. That was April. May. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. I'll read it again, shall I? Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. June. Just follow the day and reach for the sun. These are postcard precepts. Remember they had to write the precepts on postcards and send them to Mr. Brown? Charlotte said, it's not enough to be friendly, you have to be a friend. Reed said, save the ocean, save the world. Tristan, your deeds may be your monuments, but a good joke goes a long way too. Savannah said, flowers are great, but love is better. That's Justin Bieber's song. Henry said, don't be friends with jerks. Maya said, all you need is love. That's from the Beatles, it's a song. So some of them have chosen songs. Amos, don't try too hard to be cool. It always shows. And that's uncool. Shemina, to thine own self be true. That's from Shakespeare, Hamlet. To thine own self be true. Julian said sometimes it's good to start over. Julian's was sometimes it's good to start over. Summer, if you can get through middle school without hurting anyone's feelings, that's really cool beans. Jack, keep calm and carry on. Some saying from World War II. August, everyone in the world should get a standing ovation at least once in their life, because we all overcometh the world. I love it. I know you have been writing precepts for our classroom. Be interesting. If you think of any others, we can add to the wall.